Hello, I am thrilled to share this overview of the Ohio River Basin Alliance and their work to promote outdoor recreation with those in attendance at the Tennessee Riverline Annual Summit. My name is David Wicks and I'm from Louisville, Kentucky, Ohio River Mile 602. I live on a small Ohio River tributary, Harrods Creek. Since my retirement from the Jefferson County Public Schools 12 years ago, as the Environmental Education Director, I have been involved with outdoor recreation throughout the Ohio River Basin, through the River City Paddle Sports, the Ohio River Recreation Trail, and serving as ORBA's chair for nature-based recreation. This presentation has three sections: an overview of the Ohio River Basin Alliance and the Ohio River Basin Strategic Plan. Second, to provide a status report of the past 1.5 years of work to promote outdoor recreation. Finally, we are seeking review of the concepts presented in this presentation. We would like to invite you to participate. The Ohio River Basin is huge, touching 14 states. Our rivers, in addition to being a transportation and commercial corridor, are recreational resources. 25 million people live in the basin, with over 2,500 miles of navigable waterways. Outdoor recreation, in addition to being a pathway to better human and ecological health, recreation has a huge economic impact. ORBA's vision is to be able to speak with one voice for the Ohio River. Over the past decades, collaborative summits have occurred to determine priorities and identify strategies to enhance the basin. In 2019, working with the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers Planning Assistance Program, ORSENCO and ORBA developed the Plan for the Ohio River Basin, a far-reaching plan for the Ohio River watershed. The plan has 6 basin-wide goals. For each goal, ORBA has established a working group. It would be a mistake to address goals as silos rather than interconnected systems. As just mentioned, ORBA's goals are connected in many aspects. For example, recreation is based on healthy ecosystems, and safety is enhanced by coordination with the river's transportation and commercial interests. One of the most important strategies for the Ohio River Basin is to work with and support the Ohio River Congressional Caucus. This is how we can encourage additional federal assistance in promoting the goals of the 6 working groups. We believe that there are many synergistic activities that would assist river towns in developing outdoor recreation initiatives that would have a significant economic impact. These recreational activities also have much benefit for public health and developing a sense of place. We are not starting from scratch. Many organizations are working on this with many initiatives already underway. It is envisioned that this working group can provide an opportunity for collaboration and cooperation among these disparate efforts. Our charge is straightforward: enrich the quality of life for people and recreation-based economies by maintaining and enhancing river, lake, and wetland-associated recreation sites within the basin. In this first phase of the planning, we are focusing on rivers. Think rivers. Each working group was given specific objectives and strategic actions to pursue. In collaboration with many of the water trail organizations like the Tennessee Riverline, we seek to involve mayors and other elected officials in supporting water trails and other recreational opportunities. We have been asked to develop a network of Army Corps of Engineers historic lockhouse and wicket dam sites. We are supporting outdoor education opportunities and developing a network of existing water trails in the basin. For the rest of the presentation, we will look at each strategic action and the progress in implementing them. The first action we will look at is support for trails. The committee is working with the National Park Service's Rivers, Trails, and Conservation Assistance Program to understand the impact of the 300 grants that RTCA has facilitated over the past 20 years in the basin. We have analyzed each of the state's outdoor education plans and support that came from the Land and Water Conservation Funds. And finally, we are working with the Army Corps of Engineers and have developed a recreation gap analysis system for the Ohio River Basin. The second objective is to enhance collaboration. We've co-sponsored the Ohio River Basin Discussion Series, documenting and recording monthly webinars exploring river-related issues. January's webinar will focus on the economic impact of all Ohio River activities. Another exciting opportunity is encouraging Basin Water Trail organizations to host events in the June National Rivers Month. More to follow on that. One of the most far-reaching projects is the Rivertown Review Program, developed by the National Park Service and the Ohio River Recreation Trail. The focus is to connect communities and promote recreation. 12 communities have participated so far in in-depth review and discussions about outdoor recreation in their individual community. There are several Rivertown support programs being adopted across the basin. We should work together in assisting Rivertowns to raise awareness of the potential economic impact of outdoor recreation and clearly identify potential federal funding sources for specific projects. One of my favorite actions is the lock houses. From 1885 to 1929, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers built 51 Ohio River wicket dams and lockhouse compounds to enhance river transportation. These facilities were replaced by 20 modern, larger lock and dam systems in the 1950s, 60s, and 70s. Several of the lockhouse compounds have been developed into access points, camping sites, short-term rental, and educational and research centers. We are developing a river-wide network of these centers and seek to provide funding to restore the rest of the ones that happen to sit vacant. It is our idea to have up to 30 or 40 of these centers operating on the 981 miles of the Ohio River. Working with West Virginia's Office of the Environmental Advocate, we are establishing an ArcGIS hub to identify funding strategies used to build boat access points. We're also very supportive of the recently introduced bipartisan outdoor recreation bill. Unfortunately, now this bill does not have an independent focus on water-related recreation. We are working to amend that. The Ohio River Recreation Trail and the Ohio River Way are actively seeking sustainable funding streams to establish another national water trail to join our 5 existing ones in the basin. It is the intent of the Recreation Working Group to work with all of the organized river trails to pursue funding to support synergistic development of water-related recreational opportunities on our rivers and streams. Our second objective is by 2025 to create a basin-wide communication plan for recreation that encompasses safety as well as understanding the benefits of public health and the quality of life. We realize that The importance of online mapping to promote the variety of recreational opportunities is so important. Starting at the macro level, we are working with the River Management Society and their National Rivers Project. We want to ensure that every stream and waterway in the Ohio River Basin is fully described. Then they provide links to the individual water trail online sites for specific and more detailed information. The River Line, the Ohio River Recreation Trail, the Great Miami Riverway, the Ohio River Trail in Pittsburgh and Parkersburg, the Licking River, the Green River, to name a few, all have their own databases and GIS data standards. Working together, we should develop these into a seamless database with a common public interface system. As managers of water trails, it is imperative that we reach out to all communities to enhance outdoor recreation opportunities. One pathway is to share information has been the development of the Ohio River Discussion Series, a monthly webinar project that features projects up and down and all around the basin. One final strategic action is the advocacy to the removal of low-head dams, and as they are a major safety issue for recreational paddlers. Because of the important habitat implications of this work, this action is being championed by the Ecological Restoration Working Group. The final part of this presentation, so I will describe a few current initiatives. This month's webinar on economic evaluation is the first step in developing a detailed economic impact study for outdoor recreation in the entire Ohio River Basin by individual stream and river. To further develop community support, we are co-sponsoring a new Ohio River documentary that hopefully will be aired on PBS and local public TV stations. It could also be shown in a variety of formats to interested parties and other conference sites. On March 16th, the Ohio River Discussion Series webinar will be on the historic lock houses and how they support ecological research, historical interpretation, recreation, and local tourism initiatives. Working with the River Management Society, we're promoting the Ohio River Basin celebrations during the June 2022 National Rivers Month. It is our goal to have events in every congressional district in the Ohio River Basin. I hope all of the districts along the Tennessee River line can join us. Finally, we are actively supporting the work to establish the Ohio River Basin as an EPA geographic program with an annual dedicated funding stream for ecological enhancement. Many other U.S. watersheds receive dedicated funding for their specific geographic area. The Ohio River Basin gets zero. Working together, the existing water trails can seek better support, which would enable us to have a greater impact for all of our citizens and get more people safely on the rivers. Think rivers. Thank you for your time. And as I said at the beginning of the presentation, I am incredibly impressed with the work of the Tennessee River Line. It is a model for all of us to follow. Here is our contact information. Please continue what you are doing, but think about the synergistic activities that will help all of us in the basin to learn from you and what you do with the river. Once again, have a great conference, and it was a pleasure presenting to you.